It's 9 o'clock. You know what time it is.
Is a man named Morning Show. 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 Sitting at home when you're in your car. Morning Show. No matter if you miss the show, you better tune in quick or you might just miss the best show this side of the sea. Is a man named Morning Show. 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 Is a man.
And good morning to each and every one of you. This is the MacMan Morning Show. It's 9 o'clock, folks. Wake on up. We got a great show for you on today on the MacMan Morning Show.
Is a man named Morning Show. Is a man named Morning Show. Is a man named Morning Show. Is a man named Morning Show. Sitting at home when you're in your car. Morning Show. No matter if you miss the show, you better tune in quick or you might just miss the best show this side of the sea. Is a man named Morning Show. 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 Is a man named Morning Show.
And good morning to everybody. Good Thursday morning, grand rising. It's a wonderful day. This is the MacMan Morning Show. Good morning to each and every one of you on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial and live streaming on YouTube. We're grateful for everyone that is present with us this morning, listening to us, riding along in your car, at your places of business or wherever you may be. You may be doing this, that, and the other, but you took out time to come to the MacMan Morning Show, and we welcome you to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Uh, there's a warm up that's coming, that is here in this region. We're going to talk about that in a couple of seconds. I'd like to say good morning to our wonderful partner, co-host, uh, to DJ Kitty Cat. This is a great day for her. This is a special day, I'll put it like that, for her and her wonderful husband. It's their anniversary. I'd like to say happy anniversary to our wonderful colleague and hard worker at doing what she does, DJ Kitty Cat. It is her anniversary. Her wonderful husband and her going to spend the day together. She might come by and say hello to us, and I'm hoping that she will. She's welcome. Of course, she's welcome working behind the scenes. And to Miss Morningstar, good morning to all of you. We had a great conference on yesterday. There's some great things that are coming to WKRA 92.7 FM and the McMahon Morning Show. Our partners, our plugs LLC is going to be coming to the McMahon Morning Show family. We're combining, we're getting together. We cousins, we getting together. Cousins getting together. That's what they used to say. That's what they say down here. Here. And Brother Lee, his show is coming up. His program, we're trying to get it together. Our clubs is coming. We'll be premiering on January 20th, the celebration and day of service for the memory of Dr. Martin Luther King. Yesterday, I did not ignore it was his actual birthday. I think was it his birthday on? It was the 15th, I think. It is. Oh, yeah, get it right, James. Dr. King celebrations are going on all over the country. Communities all over the nation have gotten together and said, look, we're going to continue. We're going to have a day of service. We should have a year of service. Don't just do it on Dr. King Day. And what would he say today about the morale of the people? We're going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about a lot of other things too today, but I wanted to wish DJ Kitty Cat, and her wonderful husband a happy anniversary. It's just nice to be nice. Have you had your coffee yet? I have a little bit here, and I'm sitting here just enjoying myself with our wonderful family that we have here at WKRA and on YouTube, our telecast on YouTube. We're just grateful for the partnership and for the collaboration that's coming. I'd like to also say to Alice, Alice is under the weather this morning. Alice, blessed child of God. That's our moderator, one of our moderators, lead moderators, have been with us from day one. Ain't straight or anything, as I would say. I want to say to Alice, we're praying for you, and hopefully get better. You know, the weather is kind of funky, not funky. I won't say it like that. It's cold, and we're trying to get the adjustments. This is winter, folks. It ain't summer. So it's no surprise, but some of it has come at a time that we wasn't really prepared. Let's get this weather out of the way. Today we got a cool start to what otherwise would be a delightful day that we would have ahead. The highs are going to be in the mid 50s. Oh, we got a heat wave coming in this region today and tomorrow before we uh, get our next cold front that's going to be arriving and going to bring a little rain, God help us, on Friday night with a blast of cold. So let me explain something to everyone. If it rains and a cold blast come like we had, you know that's ice accumulation is going to be everywhere. The weekend is going to be a monstrous commute to wherever you're going to a game or something like. Y'all be careful, especially because the South is not prepared for heavy ice or snow. They're trying to improve their uh, equipment and things. They've been doing some things over the years to accommodate people and to try to get those roads clear. But it's going to take them a little bit time because they feel that we live in tropical weather. Those that make the decisions about spending the money about what they need to get. Now they figure they say ain't no snow coming in this. We'll spend this, we'll spend that, and then all of a sudden you get a blast of snow. We had a 6 inches here in our region where I was right here. And if you get an inch of snow, you're in trouble here because it's not. This is not the place that is. You're not really used to hearing about snow storms and things like that in the region that we have. Right now in Coldwater, it is 35 degrees in South Haven and Olive Branch, 37. And at WKRA, it is 37 degrees at our recording station and our headquarters in Holly Springs, Mississippi. WKRA, the best radio station this side of the Mississippi. So y'all ought to come over this way. You folks on the West Coast, them fires is over there. I'm not taking it to be light or anything, but I haven't gotten a report from any of my associates and friends that are in that area. I haven't received any information whatsoever. Uh, Only thing that I have received that they're trying their best to contain this wildfire that has devastated a lot of homes and a lot of families. I hate to see people in disasters. They are everywhere. I don't make light of them. Some people are saying, well, the rich people are getting hit. You don't laugh at nobody's calamity because them today, you tomorrow. If anything, you ought to pray and you ought to give God glory that we're not in that situation because disasters are not just uh, fires or tornadoes, or that they could be anything. I'm praying for the firefighters, my brother and sister firefighters that are fighting this terrible fire. I'm praying for you all that that the Lord will give you strength and that He'll cover you. We haven't heard of anything serious or anybody departing, but I'm praying for those that are going over. There's some people in Mississippi and Arkansas. I think they're asking for task force. They're asking for as many bodies as possible to help fight this devastating fire in the city of Los Angeles. We're praying for them. It's a pretty serious situation, and we're reaching out to Pastor Charles Jenkins, former pastor of Fellowship Baptist Church. He is now a resident. He lives in California now. Brother Jenkins gave us an update, and he sent through. I'm one of his friends on social media, and he sent us the other day. He sent us a map of what was going on, and it just breaks your heart, folks. Right here, Miss Morning Star is here. I sent you a link. I wish you. I know you got that you got a 401k job and everything, but it's good to see you. Boutiques by Tam, y'all better watch out now. Listen, I'll go through that later. When DJ Kitty Cat comes on and Miss Morning Star comes on, and when you see what she has to offer, y'all gonna want what she has to offer. She has a wonderful online boutique. That means she can ship to y'all. And Keisha to say, y'all got to get y'all hair hooked up to, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you about, uh, let me continue right quick with this right quick. I want to, Pastor Jenkins sent this to me. Charles Jenkins, former pastor of Fellowship Church, wonderful recording artist, so just a good overall guy. Him and his family are out there. Him and his family are out there. They are safe. Where you see the black circle at the top of your screen, you'll see the black circle. That's where his house is. And down below it, you see the flame and you see the red all around. That's where the fire is mainly at. And it's spreading, and it has spread. It hasn't gotten to his neighborhood, but we're praying for all of those churches that were lost, Church of God in Christ, Baptist churches, people that I know. Good morning to Keisha, the stylist. She's here. And all of the things, and Sharon's here, Miss Morning Star, and all y'all are here. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to all of y'all. Alice is ill, y'all, and y'all send your prayers and put something in the chat for Alice and say good morning to her. She's faithful. She comes here every day to help moderate and to bring some sunshine and some happiness to all of y'all. And you sorely miss here, Alice, on this morning. We've been and for uh, praying for you and for your household. We know that it's like I said, when you're under the weather, you're just under the weather. You just gotta just roll with things and everything. Good morning again to all of you all. I got and Brother Lee is on. He just popped in. He's here. We're gonna bring him on in a little bit. Brother Lee, we're getting ready to we're formulating. We met last night, didn't have a chance to really just iron some things out, but we're gonna take care of all that we're doing. We got some great things coming ahead. I'm gonna stop talking about that. Let me take this map off. We're praying for you, Pastor Jenkins, and everybody over in California. If you got relatives over there, y'all check on your folks and see what's going on. Yesterday I forgot to mention the birthday of a wonderful woman that I met back in, I say 2002. I met with her wonderful husband, Dr. Hillary Lackey. This is his wife. Mrs. Lackey's birthday was yesterday. I'm sorry, Mrs. Lackey, I didn't get a chance to say happy birthday to you. Dr. Lackey is the professor extraordinaire and Jackson State University all around cheerleader. His wonderful wife is in academia, business wise, and all those things. They're wonderful family and children and grandchildren. And I just wanted to salute Mrs. Lackey on your birthday. Happy birthday to you, belated. Forgive me. I'm going to get it together eventually. And we just thank you for having, I ain't going to tell how old she is. She's young. I tell you what she can do. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I'm forgive me for that. Dr. Lackey's wife and he and his wife run marathons like the St. Jude Marathon and any other marathon they can run. They are very fit and active. I'm gonna say it. And I think that this will encourage you. They're in their 80s. This lady did some push-ups. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that clip that he has. And I'm gonna load it in by tomorrow, and I'm gonna show y'all what. See, young people always say, "Oh, you old fogey," and this. Keep living. My mother would always say, "Keep living. You're gonna get there." Keep. I'm grateful for every strand of gray hair. I'm so great. I look handsome more now than I was in my 20s. Grateful. I feel good. I have a great spirit that God has given me. And you know something, you can make it, you can do it. They can't do it without us. So you got to have some seasoning. A lot of folks ain't got no seasoning. Have you ever had some food that just didn't have no good seasoning on it? I know how you feel. That's how what young folks do. They think they know everything. They don't know. Y'all don't know everything. But if you listen to some people, you will get along better in life. We had Stephanie Wiedemann on yesterday, and let me tell you something that I found out. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. And also, you're listening live on YouTube, our simulcast broadcast televised around the world. Like, say again, good morning to our folks over in Alaska. Hey, that up at the Army Navy base up there. It's a naval base. It's a naval and an Air Force base. I think it is up there in that they listen to us in the bushes. Listen to us every day when they get up and they reveille hits and they get in the chow hall. Somebody they say, y'all got that man on that's in Mississippi. Y'all got. I'm the man in Mississippi. That's what they call me. I don't know why did it. Well, yeah, the man in Mississippi say, "Hey, y'all in Alaska." I had to holler all the way up there north and say to them, "Hey, listen, Stephanie Wiedemann, and we're gonna come a little bit down south in Thornton Township and say good morning to our friend Stephanie Wiedemann, who is getting ready next week to become the next trustee of Thornton Township. And we're rooting for you, Stephanie. You go. And thank you for coming on yesterday. It was a wonderful opportunity to have you here. And we're reaching out to all of our friends everywhere. And y'all pray for Stephanie as she embarks upon a new chapter in her career and in her public life by being a decision maker to help stabilize and save from the clutches of evil ones destroying that township. They're going to stop it. And I'm grateful. Somebody got to step up to the plate. Somebody has to step up and say, enough is enough. And from what I've seen, and we'll get a report on what's going on, we got great intel up there and great information that comes from up there. And I want to say hey to Sherry Britton and to Dr. Nikita and to all of you all that are up there in Thornton Township. All right. I was talking to somebody earlier, earlier this week, and they were telling me about this person. Uh, Speaking of politics, and I'm not going to talk about politics, so I got to tell you all about uh, the selections that are being made for Attorney General and for the Department of Defense. That man has nominated somebody for Attorney General that is not qualified under any. I wouldn't have her to be uh, what the public defend anything. And you couldn't defend me later. You couldn't even represent me because I don't know what school she went to or what kind of whatever went to. And I'm not talking about her as a person. I'm talking about her as a professional. That Pam Bondi, Bondi, Bondi. I ain't gonna put no picture up. I ain't gonna do nothing. Went to the Senate, started talking this foolishness about what I'm trying to tell y'all. Look out, watch out, stay out of trouble. Stop doing the things that you do because what's coming down the pike, you're not going to like. I'm saying that uh, those of you that in Thornton Township that think that power is not getting ready to come and sweep up that problem that you have in Thornton Township and in Dalton and other places, they're coming after Democrats. And I'm telling you, they covered. Those of y'all that have been fooling around and messing over the people and everything, they're going to make you examples. Okay? I'm telling you what's coming down the pike. If you listen to the confirmation hearing, listen to some things, folks. Everything is so instant. We got instant grits. We got instant popcorn. We got instant beef stew. We pop it in the microwave. We ain't got time to just sit down. And when was the last time you read a book or a real newspaper or just read an article? And I'm not talking about this online. We got these things in our hands and they have taken over. And I'm glad that some of you are listening on your devices. I'm not saying that they're evil or anything, but have we ever just taken time just to take something in and just to analyze it and look at it? Take time, folks, to know who's getting ready to run your government. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. I don't think they heard me. Everybody quiet. They want to talk about celebrities and they want to talk about this and that. I don't think so. Celebrities are in trouble. Look at California. A lot of $1 million houses and big houses have gone to the ground. I'm not, and God bless them as they try to recover and do what they do. But this government that we're getting ready to get, this administration that's coming in, folks, we tried to warn you, and we're going to continue to cry loud and spare not and let you all know what's going on in our community. Prepare. I'm going to go to our first break right quick, and I'll be back. And hopefully I'm going to bring Brother Lee is going to come up. I got a couple of other things that I have to announce on this morning and some things I got to get out of the way. Brother Lee is here, our chief contributor, who will be having his own show, going to be premiering real soon. We work on it. I got to work with him to find out what it's going to be. Well, we're going to talk about that later once everything is established. You're listening to the Mac Man Morning Show on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. We'll be right back after these.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in '08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The state house make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president.
An announcement from the great and powerful Oz.
Hey, I'm not the Oz. Man, I'm just plain old DJ Big Daddy House, a.k.a. Samaje Anand, right here on WKRA 92.7 FM on the Mac Man Morning Show, making a brand new announcement. Yes, a brand new announcement for all of you out there that have non-for-profit organizations or just doing good in the hood. We have a new segment called the Community Calendar. So if you got something going on good in the hood that's going to benefit the people of this nation, man, make sure you get in touch with us, man, so we can put it out there and everybody can know about your creation. Right here at the Madman Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 FM.
Look around, cause there's a reason to rejoice, you see.
Everybody look up and feel the hope that we've been waiting on. Everybody stand, the sound of feeling praise. Freedom you see, I said a heart singing so joyfully. Just look around, go do yourself to check it out. Can't you feel a brand new day? Can't you feel a brand new day?
Tune in to the Mac Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
It's 28 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock right here on the Central Time Zone. It is 35 degrees. It is moving up a little bit. I told you it's going to be in the 50s today, so it's warming up a little bit at our recording stations, weather stations. The temperature now is sunny and it is 35 degrees right here at WKRA. 92.7 on your FM dial and on YouTube. Telecasting, broadcasting worldwide. Isn't that wonderful? I never thought I'd be worldwide. And what people don't know with the technology that we have, WKRA is going to infinity and beyond. We moving. I don't know why I said that. I thought about that. That's that Toy Story thing that I used to hear kids. We going to infinity and beyond. Okay, all right, that's good. Listen, good morning to our wonderful partner, our wonderful co-host, and we're just grateful for the people that are coming to assist us and those that are here and that have been mainstays, like Brother Lee. He's getting ready to. He earned and deserves his own show, and we're gonna do some things. We're gonna do. I'm gonna help and do it, and we're gonna do some things. And I'm gonna. You never know what talent that you have around you until we branch out. We're moving forward, but I'd like to tell you all about R Plus LLC. R Plus LLC, our minority owned business directory, our partner and co-host of this wonderful production and show, Mag Media Production. She's a part of our family. DJ Kitty Cat along with her right hand, this morning star. Good morning to all of you all and all of our advertising needs, all of your advertising needs here on WKRA. If you just need someone to do some publicity work for you, some to list your business, to help you to get your business out there. Our Plugs LLC is the place to be. They are our official advertising agents for the MagMan Morning Show and Mag Media Productions, and I'm glad to have them. Ooh, I tell you, see, sometimes people think that when you're doing things that you're not going to move forward. We're moving forward, doing what we have to do. My dear friend Diane Black, Keisha the stylist is gonna call you. I think Keisha, y'all get together. But Diane Black, she still got those positions open, and I'm sure that if you're a nail tech, if you're a hairstylist, you need free booth rent until she will give you free booth rent until you get your clientele built. You can't get that nowhere other than WKRA, being kind to people and announcing things and things like that. But I just threw that in there. But Diane Black, her establishment is in DeSoto County. If you're within that metropolitan area, you know that we're considered the suburbs of Memphis. So, you know, if you live in the greater Memphis area, or you live in the greater DeSoto County, Marshall County, Holly Springs, Olive Branch, that's close to where she is. Y'all give Diane a call, let her talk to you. Please be friendly. Please be able to greet your customers and have great customer service skills. Go and talk to her. She can teach you some things, show you about business. And if she's reaching out to you to give you free boothroom until you get your clientele together and you still sitting there, I have no sympathy for that. I can't go along with that because sometimes you ask God for something and He gives it to you. It may not come in the form that you want it to be that you asked for, but if He gives it to you, it's a reason. Nurture it, put it in the ground, keep giving it some fertilizer, and the increase will come from God Almighty. I guarantee you that He'll do that. He's doing that here with us. We're doing it here. We're doing the work, we're doing what we have to do, and we are going to take favor is, and I learned this favor and somebody, when I heard this teaching about favor, I didn't know anything about it. I said, and he said, the person says, favor is taking those that are with you with you. Favor is, I don't deserve this unmerited grace, this unmerited favor. I don't deserve do I deserve, I don't deserve to be where the successful place that he is, but God got a way of doing things to bring you to where you are. I'm just saying that's where I stand. You can't tell me where not to stand. I stand on that. And I'd like to say hi to Frank. He's here. Frank James is here. Hey, good morning to you, my brother. Thank you. Yeah, Ed Reds. You gotta go to Red's Blues Lounge. You come to Mississippi, come this far and come across the Mason Dixon line. Come on south now. You gotta go on Highway 61. Now, Highway 61 and Highway 49 is the Blues Crossroad. That's where they say Robert Johnson talked to a fella called the devil and made a deal with him and told him, say, hey, you make me famous. And he lost that bet. You can't make no bets with the devil and think you get it all right. And Alice, please get well soon. You sorely missed here this morning on the Madman Morning Show. All right, now Diane is there. Y'all make sure y'all support her, and she has. It's just nice to be nice. It's nice to be nice, and it's just good for. You need a start, you need a hand, you need to get along and get around and everything. We want you to be able to do the things that you do. Our Plugs LLC is getting ready to come to this channel, and I can't wait for them to get here on January 20th at 6:30 p.m. Y'all meet us there live and direct. We're going to be breaking ground on new programming. Brother Lee is going to be right around the corner. He's here with us this morning. I'm bringing him up. I'm trying to get all of this out of the way, which I have. Listen, folks. Also, with the Magman Morning Show, we're going to be highlighting community events. We're going to be highlighting business people, and along with once We get once the new season starts and opens up, we want you to send in your information to us. We want you to be able to get your message out there, to get your business out there, and our plugs is going to be there to help you to get that done along with the McMahon Morning Show and WKRA. They're good places to be. If you want it, you're going to get it. And that means that you'll get the traction and the traffic that you need. Plus, you'll get information and inspiration. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. And you're on and you're popping with the McMahon Morning Show right here each and every weekday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's in Central Time, and it's a little bit later at 10 o'clock uh, uh, Eastern Time here on WKRA. And we just grateful to have you all here with us this morning. Brother Lee is here, and he's here already. He's been here already this morning. And I hadn't had a chance to really just sit down and just do some things. He's here and say good morning to your folks, Brother Lee. They see you.
How y'all doing this
All right.
great day?
Great day. Brother Lee, let me ask you something. And I gotta ask this. Why is it? I ain't mean to laugh. It tickles me sometimes. Why is it we in this new season of new administration? I'm not trying to talk about that person all day. And our conversation was good. All of our conversations are good. And we were discussing about some things the other day, and I think we just had a variety of stuff that we were talking about. And somebody asked the question, sent me a question. If you want to ask a question, get in the chat. And Brother Lee, right here, I'm pretty sure he'll answer your question for you. But they wanted me to ask you again about, and I don't know if this is something that you got to emphasize again and again. It's a young person, and he says to me, he said, "Well, Mr. Mack," he said, "Brother Lee says about the training school. What kind of are they still got those trade schools out there, Brother Lee?" That's a question, half of a question. That's what he wanted to say, and I'm bringing it to you. I think they're listening. We got folks in the bushes, so they're listening to you. Tell us a little bit, because people are trying to make up. I have a young neighbor that I know that went to truck school, just graduated from truck school, and I had told him, I think it was in August, Brother Lee, we were talking about this, and he went to Delta Tech. I mean, so I'm not going to say it. Delta Tech, went there for, I want to say 14 days, 16, 14 days minus the time he just went out on the road and came back on from a test drive this week. And he said, man, he said, Brother Lee had said, get in the school. I did. Right down the street from me. Hey, Brother Lee, can you I want to just shoot that direction. And we're gonna get into another news story, but I want you to talk about the benefits. Good morning, Ms. Morningstar. Yeah, she's there. Um, to talk about trade school. He's excited. He graduated, got a CDL, listening to the Magman Morning Show. Talk to us, Brother Lee.
Well, I'm very
Good
pleased
morning again.
about
I'm sorry.
a great day. I'm pleased to learn about this brother and other sisters out there that's going in for good vocational education. It's a shortcut in a way. You still gotta study. You gotta read the books. You gotta sit in the class. You gotta do the work, but it saves you time and resources because you can make that money. That brother will tell you that you can step right out of that school and be able to provide for you or your family or you and your family. And this is something we need to get into in a big way because you got some of your junior colleges have that vocational program going on. You can check locally in your community, and the thing about this is that they take people with for truck driving. You can have a criminal record, and that you have gotten out of a situation and you paid your debt, what they call a debt to society, and it won't hold against you when you go into that vocational truck driving school. And that truck vocational, as far as truck driving, for instance, I'm gonna just use that as an example, that it takes about 6 weeks. You tell me where you can go as far as an education facility and only spend 6 weeks to 8 weeks of your time and come out and make enough to provide a very comfortable living for you and your family. So it's yeah, you're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to open that book. You're gonna have to listen to that instructor. You're gonna have to get in there and do some practical driving. But you know what? When I started, I didn't know how to drive a clutch, a stick, whatever you want to call it, manual transmission. I had no idea. I
Yeah.
saw them do it, but I didn't let that stop me. I had friends that had done the same thing, and they said, "Lee, come on in and do this." And you find out what you're capable of doing. And I'm gonna tell you something. I was green as grass when I got into that school. And
Mm.
the second day, the first day of class, we got into the tractors and we drove around the parking lot of the school like we were in go-karts, just having fun. And then that next day, the instructor told us, "Okay, now we're going to go on the road." And I said, "There's no way and God that I could actually take this truck." They attached a trailer to the truck, a 55-foot trailer to the truck, and I was like, "This, I'm gonna kill somebody out here." And they were such good instructors that they made sure that no one was in any kind of a danger. But it was quite an experience to be thrown into a situation. But you'll be surprised what you can do if you allow yourself to do it. To do it. And that's the thing. Don't be afraid. The trucks are huge. I mean, it's like climbing on the back of a monster.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but
Wait,
you
wait,
know
wait, Lee. You
what?
know something? I have went through the training too. You know, I'm not actively driving or anything like that. I have to recertify. I wanted to ask you this because the young man you're going to meet, I'm going to bring him on the show. This young man said to me, and I want to just emphasize for those of you that are just coming in and joining us, 42 after the hour on WKRA Magnet Morning Show. Um, he told me, he said, Mr. James, he said, I listened to your show. Because he asked me, what do you do? I said, well, I'm in communication, I'm in broadcast. You do you on the rest every day. He said, really? So I gave him the link and everything. He came in and listened on his actual radio here. He tuned in and he said he heard you talk about trade school. He heard Brother Lee talking about trade school. He has now graduated with, he's on temporary assignment. He's got to go on the road with an experienced driver and you can tell us the process that that young man had to go through. But he was really happy he's coming on. But tell us that process that you go through because it's so popular. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, you do have to take some basic driving written information before you can, actually get into the school. They do provide you with the information that you need to get into the school, and you gotta have class. Half the time of the day you spend in class, and then the other half of the time you spend actually in the truck or in the yard. Um, they have experienced instructors that have actually been on the road. They have a vast amount of experience, and you learn about not just how to drive the truck. You learn how the truck operates, how the brakes operate. You learn everything you need to learn about the truck. Now, here's the thing. When you're driving a when you have a commercial license, there's strict requirements and it varies from state to state. But basically, you cannot have any kind of alcohol in your system. You're gonna have to let some of those things go. I mean, you can have, and when you're off work, you got a couple of days, you can have a beer or two, but not while you're working. The rules are very strict because you have this commercial vehicle and you're out there on the road, and it's a very, very dangerous thing to be out there with such a large vehicle. So you have to take responsibility. It's about responsibility, and you're like an owner operator, really, in a way. What that means is that you're responsible for what goes on in and around that truck. And so it's a big responsibility. That's why you make the dollars that you make. There's drivers that have made hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. You can make a nice buck. When you first jump in that truck, you're going to make 50, 60,000 just like that. Just like that. You go from making 50, 60, sometimes 70,000 your first 6 months. You're going to make a nice amount of money. And the thing is, as you get experience, your financial pay goes up, and you're in demand. All kinds of companies want you to work for them. So you could fall out of bed and hit your head on another company if you want to leave that one that you're in now. He'll tell you that.
Let me ask
You could.
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this too, Lee. With the popularity and everything. You actually you mentioned this, and I think that this young man he said that he said, "Brother Lee said you can make six figures." I ain't mean to divert that, but he was excited
Yes.
about it. He didn't believe me at first. I guess he
Y-
didn't believe you, rather. He said, I called them and they registered me in. He said also, Brother Lee, and maybe you can touch on the financial help that they give to you, that these companies, these major companies will sponsor you to go. You
Yes.
ain't got no out of pocket. Go ahead and tell.
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
listening. Go ahead, brother.
it's a lot of companies that will pay for you to go to school. Actually, some of these companies have their own school, and they will pay you. They will provide everything for you, including your meals. During that 6 weeks period, and then after that, your training period, they'll sponsor you to continue with that training driver that you'll be with. So you're never out of pocket expenses to get into that school and continue your education and get out of that school and actually make money and work. So it's 6 weeks. That's one of the shortest vocational learning programs that I've heard of. I mean, I've been in other vocational learning programs. I've been in welding. I went in vocational school for that, and that was a little different. It took about a year, 9 months to a year for welding school. Uh, I did that and came out of that. And actually, I started off, this is way back in several years ago, I'd say decades. I started off making very little money. I mean, as a welder, I made maybe 5, 6 bucks an hour, very little when I came out of school.
That was
People
way
can't
back, Lee. That was way back.
people
$5.
people can't remember that they actually
Ooh,
paid that
$5.
amount of money, paid that actually that money.
Ooh,
I
Jesus.
started off, I was a young, very young, very extremely young guy, in a teenager, in fact, 19, 20, 19. And and I started welding, and I went from one company to the next. And the thing is that when I did do that, uh, I started off at the bottom, the very bottom of the bottom, and I was a very young guy. And the thing is that I worked my way up, and I wasn't good at taking instructions at that time, and I was a problem. And I learned it
You say
because I
at
had.
that time you had a problem at that time.
Yeah, I
Go
was
ahead,
I
Lee.
was a problem, and I learned that that I had a fam, I had kids, I had a kid at that time, and at a young age, and learned that I have to straighten up my act, and because I couldn't continue to behave the way I do, and a job, and still be able to keep it, and I started to not take lunches. I would learn every machine while everybody was eating their lunch, and I would do that every day. And when the plant manager didn't, he was late, he would show me, he said, Lee, I need you to do this and this. And I learned how to do those things. And then one day, the people, the supervisors that I would give a hard time to, they went into the office and talked to the owner of the company. And they told him that they wanted me to be the plant manager, and they ended up making me the plant manager. I went from making five
Wait a
dollars
minute,
an
hold
hour
on, Lee.
to
You okay? Wait. You mean to tell me you came in there young, green as a blade of grass, gone in there, learned the things that you had to learn, and all those other things, and and gave the problems to the folks that you had, or whatever the adjustment you was making, and they turned around and had a meeting on you and made you the plant manager. Give us that story. Go ahead. I'm listening, man. You got it. And I'm bringing Miss Morningstar. She's going to be coming in after our final break, but I've got to get this on because somebody's on here looking, and I got a text already. He texted me. He said, "Hey, brother Lee." His name is Anthony, right down the street. He did. He said, "Hey, he's listening, brother Lee." So go ahead, talk. Somebody's listening to. Go ahead, sir.
well, and that's the thing, is that it don't matter how you start, it's how you continue. And the thing is, I was a problem. Believe me, I was quite a problem. I used to give those supervisors, they pull out their hair, and they'd be like, "Man, I just can't deal with this cat." But then I straightened up my act, and I was their boss. Being the youngest guy there, I was their boss. These guys were there for 20 years, and some there longer than that. And I had stayed about 5 years after that, and they wanted me to be the boss, and that was quite a turnaround. So I'm gonna tell you something. You can start off a knucklehead and end up, respected. It's just not how you start; it's how you continue. And that's the thing in this vocational situations, the school, it's the fastest, most efficient way to turn your financial situation around, as far as getting out here and making some legitimate money that can take care of your family. uh you go to college, and I'm gonna tell you, my daughters have went to college, and they have degrees, Howard, Tennessee State, and they've been overseas, went to schools in France and Africa. And I'm gonna tell you something, that took a lot of money, a lot of resources. uh I don't say college is for everyone. College is not for everyone, and it puts you in a deep debt type of situation. If you can find a way like vocational education, or entrepreneurship, and these are things that I've tried. I'm not telling you things that I've seen from a distance. These things that I've done. I have owned several trucks. I've had people work for me. I've done different types of fields in this industry. I've done careers that people don't even know exist. Actually, I've done fields, careers in the green industry. I would take cooking grease and turn it into animal feed and diesel fuel. I was the only, and still I'm the only brother, only African American
The
that
brother.
I know of that does this. When sisters can do it too. And the thing is that, being in that field, I'm gonna tell you something. Every company that I worked for, or I worked with in this industry, there was no brothers in sight. There was no sisters in sight. Every time I sat at them corporate meetings and those seminars and those conventions, I was the only brother sitting at that table. I sat there with the owner of Burger King. He's not an owner. He's the CEO of Burger King. People don't know that. That guy don't even. He's not even an American. He actually, at that time, he was from he's Brazilian. and he
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah, it
he
sure is.
would actually tell these owners would they would be in a room. I was at their convention. It was over 250 of them owners, and they owned some owned 5 Burger Kings, some owned 100 Burger Kings, and he would tell them when to remodel their stores. He said you don't have a choice in the matter. I tell you when I want you to do it, and I'll tell you how I want it done. And we would sit in there, and I would listen in on these conversations. I would talk to this billionaire, and to sit in there and learn those things and listen and take it in and be in a situation where we don't get an opportunity. And this is somebody like me who started from where I started from, and people were telling me that I couldn't do that. And that's the thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you something that I did that people would think is kind of crazy. But thing is, I started a marketing company, and I didn't ever went to marketing school. I read a lot of books. I sat in on a lot of sessions. I've done a lot of things. So I've learned a lot, just listening and watching and learning. And the thing is that I started my marketing company. What I did was, and I'm gonna tell you people, this is how a little bit about how I did it was, I would look up a corporation or business, and I would find out what they did well and what they didn't do, how their competition operated around them. And then I would call them up, and I would do all the homework I could possibly do. And I call them up, and I would tell them how I can increase their market share. They didn't even know who I was. They didn't know what color I was. And I would call companies in Michigan and all the way in the Midwest, everywhere. And I would call this one company in Michigan, and the whole town is 100% Caucasian. And I called that corporation up there, and I told them I can increase their market share. They said that they would come down to Chicago, and they paid for me a steak dinner, and they begged me to work for them. And I worked for them, and I ran their company down here. And they didn't know what color I was, and actually I was the only African from America that worked for that company ever. And every company in that business, in that line of work, uh, they never hired one African, American. And I would sit in on all these meetings at all of these companies. I worked for quite a few of them, and I knew how to increase their market share, and I knew how to grow their business. And they didn't care what color I was as long as I can make them money. And that's the thing. If you want to go into marketing, I mean, you got to know what you're doing. You have to do your homework. You have to find out what the company is, what they do well and what they don't do well, and find
Yeah,
out how their competition operates around you, and
right.
operates around them, and how you can increase their market share, what they're not doing that they could be doing,
Wow.
and you got to let them understand. And that's the thing is that I mean
Hmm.
that's just a little short version of what I
Yeah,
do. And I've learned it. I spent a lot of time in the library. I used to be excited when I go, and I still am. I mean, books
yeah.
may I'm excited when I read a book. When I open a book, it's like open a gift. And
Wow.
and I guess I'm a little bit of a nerd. I guess you would call me a nerd. But
Nah, you far from a nerd.
like I tell
Okay.
people,
All right.
I've talked to people that has as professors that got PhDs. I tell them, they say, Lee, how do
Mm,
you know these things? I say books are free. I say the
they
same
sure
books
are. Look,
you pay to read. I go to the library and I read them for free.
best
So
college in the world is the library. And wait,
eh, eh,
we winding up to our second break. I got Miss Morningstar here. I'm going to bring her into this conversation because when it comes down, you said something about marketing. Boy, you just right where you hit us right on the head because our new marketing person here at the Magman Morning Show is our plugs LLC. I got your camera, Lee. Okay. Our Plugs LLC is our marketing partner, and you haven't seen anything yet. Listen, I'm going to bring this Morningstar in after our break. We're going to go to our last break of the day. You're listening to MacMan Morning Show on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Please stay tuned. If you got young people in your house that need to get off their tail and go somewhere and get themselves together, and you just tired of looking at them, go to trade school. We're going to talk about that. At least stay there. Miss Morningstar, our wonderful co-anchor, and she's going to be coming in. Listen, we're going to come right back. I'll tell you all about it. Stay tuned. We got a hot conversation, not just a hot conversation, but sometimes you got to sit down somewhere and do some things and make sure that you're in the game and not outside of the game. And what I mean by that is earning money. I got Brother Lee here, who has our chief contributor, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the young man that Brother Lee has influenced. If we can't reach nothing but one person, we've done our job. But we'll talk about that on the other side. You're listening to the MacMan Morning Show, WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting your money. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your money on with MacMan Morning Show very own Mr. Lee.
When I was a kid, Mama looked at you before you got in the stove. Said, look, I don't want no you don't put your hands on. You don't ask for we ain't eating. We wait till we get home. But kids now, it's like, look, you know what you do, you know, he got a note saying that he's allergic to peanut butter, he's allergic to jelly, he's allergic to bread, he got gluten free, he gave me this, he gave me this, and then he got a note saying he got DDT, ADT, or Rivian, or whatever. He can stand on tables, he can do whatever he want to do. What kind of is that?
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Tune in to the Macman Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mac Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And we're back on the Macman Morning Show. Good morning to everybody. It is now 5 minutes after the top of the hour, and we're here on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Yeah, this is the best station this side of the Mississippi. I got Brother Lee here,
Really
and
good.
I got Brother Lee, Miss Morningstar. Come on in, Miss Jack. Hey, good morning to you, Miss Jack. You're here. Listen, I want, if you can, I want Miss Morningstar, come on back. I know she had to step away for a second. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and I want you, Miss Jack, hit that link. Come on in. I want to talk to you and to Miss Morningstar and Brother Lee also because let me say something. It's easy to talk about our problems in our community. It's easy for us to even talk about each other. When people are struggling, they don't know their way, or they're trying to find their way. Like Anthony. Anthony came to me and explained to me that he heard our show and Brother Lee's encouragement for him to go to trade school. Young man, he's about 21 years, he's almost 21. I think he's 20 or 21. Either way, young man, excuse me. And it caught my attention when he said to me, he just said to me, he said, it was that Brother Lee. I said, you mean Brother Lee? He said, Brother Lee told folks, man, I go to trade school and I saw the advertising and they said truck school. And I just jumped at it. He got his CDL. Now he's working with a company that he's on. I guess Ali will tell us how it is when you're trying out or something. They take you out on the road with experienced people for a minute so that you can get the hang of the road and know what to do. The actual hands on out there driving, backing, doing what you have to do, hook and trade, all of those things you have to learn, safety procedures and so forth. Not just that, there's a lot of options that people have if you just reach out. Men and women. There's some sisters out there that are mechanics. There's some sisters out there. Miss Jack, you can come in. You're welcome to come. If you're part of us, you're part of our plugs and a part of the Mag Media 3 Productions. You and the family. I got Miss Morningstar here with us, Brother Lee, and I brought her in because our plugs, and I want you to continue with your part, story, and I'm gonna bring Miss Morningstar in when you talked about marketing, and we'll get to that in a minute. Anthony, we wanted to say hi to you. I did put him up there. I don't know what happened, but he's listening. And Lee, I want you to take this opportunity to say for this wonderful young man. And Miss Morningstar, we're going to talk about marketing, how important marketing and getting yourself together, meaning doing those things, and how our plugs is going to help along with the Magman Morning Show about the future. Go ahead, Brother Lee, and talk to that young brother. He's listening now. He's on the radio. He's listening. He's not listening online, but he's listening through WKRA. Go ahead, Lee, and
Well,
finish what you were saying.
the brother knows about being in the truck for this short period of time that, the things that I've told him is true. And most drivers, they eventually want to own and not be an owner operator, but they have to get the experience. And it's better to have the experience and learn from those veteran drivers because they'll tell you what you can run into and what you can as far as problems, what you'll get on the road. And the thing is that it's a great experience. It takes you to places you get to travel. You're traveling for the on the company's expense. You get to go to cities and states where you probably never would have been to. You go as Oklahoma, Idaho, California, New York. You go to Maine. You go to Texas. You can even drive out of the country. So there are great opportunities, as this brother knows, that if you get the more experience you get, the more opportunities you'll have. And I'll tell that young brother to talk to these other drivers that he see out there, and because drivers are more accepting of other co-drivers, the other drivers that they see, they'll help you, because when you're young like that and you're starting out, they'll help you. Because I used to have problems backing up, when you get under pressure and you're out there, and the driver would show you and say, look, do it this way, because he's got 20, 30 years of experience, and they're good at helping each other. I've never had a driver not talk to me. I don't care what ethnic group he is, or what color he is, or whatever. They always are very helpful, you know. And I would tell them, yeah, it's a great experience to have out here, for young driver, man or woman. And I see I see some women drivers out there. Don't get discouraged. This
Yeah,
is
there's a
not
lot of
just a
women.
field. It's not a field for men, just for men. And women can get out here and they can do the job just as well. So
Yes.
I commend women to get. I would recommend women to get into that field too.
That's
It,
great.
it's going to
And I
be.
want to also say, let me say also to you, Lee, that and as I got our other guests that are here, Miss Jackie's here, and our wonderful co-anchor is here, Miss Morningstar is here. I wanted to say to you, Lee, and let me say this to my audience, and this is why um, the MacMan Morning Show, our production company, is here to give you information and inspiration. Brother Lee gave that information. That boy got inspired, and young man got inspired and said he has a family. His fiance is expecting, and he has a son. And he said, and I'm getting ready to bring in our plugs reps and our anchor, and said, I got to do something. He said, man, he says, when he said, I done heard and saw the advertising and many times sitting on the couch, whatever the case may be. He said, when I heard Brother Lee on your show, when I told him about our show and we were on, he said, I listened to that show and Brother Lee had said, go to school. And Lee, the man got up and he got off his do nothing and got to doing something. And man, man, it almost brought tears to my eyes because you don't know who you touch. Don't just be, and there are a lot of people that talk. There are a lot of people that are on these platforms doing what they do. And I ain't knocking y'all for what you do what you do. But if you're not helping anybody, if you just there talking about folks and what they doing and who's sleeping with who and all that old foolishness, it's not going to work. Miss Morning Star, who is getting ready to premiere on WKRA and also on the McMahon Morning Show. And not the man, she's on here with us on the show, and she's going to be anchoring assistant anchoring with me, along with Miss Morningstar. And their scheduled times, and we ain't worried about that. But I'd like to introduce two of our new team members here at our production, and that is Miss Jack and the world famous uh, the boutique owner herself. She here, y'all. Y'all don't believe that boutiques by Tam is something good. We're gonna get into that too. Miss Morningstar is here. Miss Morningstar, welcome to the show again. Hey, how are you? And Miss Jack, good morning. Y'all say hello to the people.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good
All
morning,
right.
Mr. Lee.
Come on,
Good to
Miss
meet
Jack. Where
you,
you Miss
Miss Jack.
Miss Jack, you gotta speak up just a little bit more.
Oh, I hadn't said anything yet. Good morning, everybody.
Okay. There you go. Now, these are two people, along with Brother Lee and myself. We are part of a partnership with Mac Media Productions, Mac Media 3 Productions, and Our Plugs LLC has come together and joined forces to bring you better information, tremendous information and inspiration. And Brother Lee was saying something, Miss Morningstar, and you, a senior person, you and Miss Jack, with Our Plugs LLC, and you've been there with our wonderful co-host, who's very busy and having a wonderful hopefully having a wonderful anniversary. Her and her husband, Miss Morning Star. Brother Lee said something about if we could reach these people with what our words are saying, and their businesses and their things that are going, people and companies that are out there that need people. We want to talk. You want you to talk about marketing, but tell us a little bit more about Our Plugs LLC. You're a senior person there. I want you to tell them how and give us the dynamics about everything about Our Plugs. I'll let you have that time as we have this discussion with you and Miss Jack and Brother Lee. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Marketing is definitely one of the key factors of our plugs. Our plugs was designed and created for uh, businesses and for organizations and for our community to simply be able to um, have a home, have a platform where they could go directly to a directory, type in exactly what type of services or what sort of shopping needs or whatever organization they're interested in. This was designed for them to be able to go into that platform, to that database, type that information in, and be directly connected to those businesses. And it's going to be a wonderful thing, especially for small business owners who don't get the opportunity to get their businesses platformed or out into the open market, or find difficulties in getting that information out to a variety of people. I know personally I struggled with that, and I've been in my coming up on 5 years with my boutique. But in the beginning, when you don't have the platform, or you don't have the ability to broadcast and market it, your store, your business, it's difficult. So our plugs is definitely going to be phenomenal in that aspect of giving people the opportunity to broadcast their business, market themselves, and be part of a community, and actually be able to leave reviews, do all kind of videos, showcase their work. It's going to be amazing, and I'm excited for it.
Okay, and and Miss Jack, how do you feel about our plus being a marketing giant, not a marketing giant, but being an information source? Say, for instance, just like Brother Lee was saying, just the mention of trade schools and different businesses that can help people get to the point where they can be self-sufficient and earn a living for their families and everything. How do you feel? I want not how do you feel? Um, our plus from where your standpoint is, and Miss Morningstar, y'all can talk together. I just wanted to bring her in. Would you like to piggyback on what Miss Morningstar had just presented to us, and we're going to bring her back to. Go ahead, Miss Jack. Good morning to you too. Thank you for coming on
Yes. And thank you for having me. Just to caveat off of what my sister, Miss Morningstar said, um, because we are admins, we were in the process of setting the app up, right? So when you come in, we know all of the technical side, but we also saw all the categories. That is one of the great things about our plugs. There's so many ways to search. You can go in, it's not just local, because you can go in and look for, say for instance, like insurance brokers, and then it's broken down into categories: real estate insurance, life insurance. It's set up that specific. So if you do want to find educators, if you do want to find truck driving schools, then you would search those things and find people that have that business, that own that business, and can get you the information that you need. So it's really um, very thorough for the people that go on and look for the businesses. And I think that's probably one of the best parts of it. You don't really have to leave your house. You can find everything you need just sitting in your living room. And because it's minority
here.
owned, we keep keep it in our community. So that's why it's called
Yeah.
connecting communities.
Wow. And we'd like to say good morning to our co-host, Ms. Moore, you too, Ms. Morningstar, but our colleague who's supposed to be I'm going to tell your husband on you on the phone, you're supposed to be going to make strawberries and things, and get the nice gifts and stuff. And you over here, we Miss Kitty, how are you? We got her on the screen when she's saying good morning. She heard y'all. I wanted to say, Brother Lee, I'm y'all good boy. You know I'm messing with. She gonna have my head for that. Brother Lee, I wanted to say and piggyback off of what these two wonderful ladies have said. I will. I'll shut up. You know, you can tell me that. Marketing. Let's go back to the marketing part. If you could do this, Lee, and with the combination of our plugs, LLC, our plugs, LLC, yeah, and with that combination and the encouragement that you're going to be given, and the our plugs community connection is going to do, hopefully, is to bridge the gap to give the information properly to people. Like Miss Jack said, you can get on our plugs and join in with us. They're our partners. Your marketing, your advertising, everything in one package. Lee, how important is marketing to the greater community to get these workers to get, they're saying that there's a shortage. And it's really going to be a shortage if the orange fella gets in there and do the things that he's doing with this attorney general and all these other folks. What position do you think that what kind of position does that put us in? And I want Miss Morningstar and Miss Jack, we're going to have an extended version of our show. WKRA might we have to log off in probably in a little bit, but we're going to keep going with this conversation. You're listening live on
Yes,
WKRA
I'm here.
92.7. Okay, stay there, Lee. WKRA, we're still here, and on our YouTube live telecast, we're still here. We're going to go over our usual broadcast time. Don't get nervous. I got to get this out, and I'm not in a hurry. As long as I got our guests here for a couple more minutes, we're going to continue. Now, Miss Morningstar and Miss Jack, just stand by. Lee, how important is marketing and trying to draw people into these professions that? And I'm going. It's the same question to you and Miss Morningstar, Miss Jack. Y'all can give me your own version of how important it is for us to get this information out to our community. Let me stress that again. Our community, where our people are that need the jobs and need the opportunities. Come on, Lee.
Well, marketing is very important, but a lot of small business owners, as I had experience with it, I've seen hundreds of small businesses throughout my time out here, and talk to these people, these individuals, and let me tell you, they may have a good product or service, but if it's not marketed correctly, no one will ever know where that service or where that service or product is, and it's extremely important that you get that knowledge out there. It's easier to do it now with social media and other media communications out here. But the thing is, put that marketing should be right up there with working on that business, working on that service, perfecting
Absolutely.
that service, perfecting that product. If no one knows that you have that product or service, you won't make a dime. You won't get known out there. You won't get it off the ground. Put as much effort in that marketing as you do that product or that service.
Right. Miss Morningstar, come on.
Oh yeah, I agree 1,000% actually with Lee, because marketing is it's the heartbeat of the business. Most of the time when you start a small business, and a lot of us who do start small businesses, we're not really fully educated on marketing. We think, well, I'm going to get on these social media platforms, I'm going to talk about it, and which is great, but reaching a broader audience, reaching more than just your family and friends, is part of marketing. It's part of growth as well. You can produce a great product, but like Lee said, if no one knows about it, no one is going to shop with you, no one is going to do business with you or trust you.
Right.
It starts with
Yes.
understanding about investing as well in yourself. A
Right.
lot of us don't
Okay,
understand
stand.
that part.
Yeah,
Go
stand
ahead.
by 1 second, Miss Morningstar. I'm so sorry. You listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. We have an extended version, but let me extend and let WKRA, if they have to make some adjustments to to their signal, our signal going out. We're going to extend our show as long as we need to extend it, and as long as we got our guests. So I'm going to do something. This is broadcast stuff, and y'all gonna be able to do this, Miss Morningstar and everything. Y'all gonna be able to do this. We're going to give WKRA a lead time if they want to. If they have to break away, we're giving them a second. We love our audience on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. We're here, brand new season of the Magman Morning Show. We're going to continue our conversation. Miss Morningstar is going to come right back. We're just going to give them a lead out just in case they need it. And they're going to stick with us. They'll be here with us. We love our station. Stand by, folks. We're going to be right back in a couple seconds.
Tune in to the Macman Morning Show. Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Macman Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
And you're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Macman Morning Show. You're on the Macman Morning Show channel on YouTube, live streaming. This show is continuing to go on. Our partner in broadcasting, WKRA, is sticking with us just for a little while. They may have to break free. We have Brother Lee, we have Miss Morning Star, and we got Miss Jack, and in the bushes, who probably be kissing her husband, holding on to him, and giving him comfort and all those other good things. Miss Morningstar, our partners in the bushes. That's y'all know Miss Kitty Cat is in the bushes watching. The boss is watching. The other boss, she's watching. So we wanted to say happy anniversary to you, and I will hush my mouth about your business, Miss Morningstar and Miss Kitty. I'm gonna behave myself. See, these are some great women, and they doing great things. They have other things that they do. We love them, and we thank you, Miss Jack, everybody that's here. All right, Ms. Morningstar, you were expounding. Go ahead, please, ma'am. You're still on. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. So what I was saying was the bottom line when it comes to us like expanding on marketing is that we need to get out of our comfort zone and get into the zone of understanding that sometimes you have to invest into your business, into yourself. And it takes money. It takes money to make money, meaning you have to you might have to pay for your advertisement. You may have to go to different places and make make a stance, be present in the moment, speak to different people. This is getting out of your comfort zone, just involving yourself in different organizations, different community-based things. So what our plugs is centered around, what I love about our plugs is that it's centered around all of that in one, where you can be out of your comfort zone, you can get involved in different communities, organizations, and also that you can also sponsor your actual you can sponsor your business through our plugs for a very reasonable price. We have a $10 plan, we have a $20 plan, and we have a $30 plan. Those are what we offer to broadcast your business, to highlight your business. This is part
And
of our plug. So
that's wonderful. I mean, no, continue because you said something that was real interesting. Even with businesses, Miss Jack, and I want you to come and Lee. I ain't forgot you to hang on. Businesses are scary. Some, more majority, when they start out, they scared.
Yeah.
Ooh, and when you come to them with advertising, people cringe. Like, have you ever seen the black cat? No, the cat that raises back up every time you say advertising, they raise their back up because there's just something wrong or somewhere. Tell people, Miss Jack and Miss Morningstar, how important it is to have advertising. And we ain't begging you, but tell them how important it is to the overall business plan. Go ahead. Either one
It
of you.
it it really is priority. At the beginning of your business, it is priority. Like Lee said, you can't sell anything if nobody knows who you are. You have to advertise. So that when you want to take your jumps, that's when you have to jump. You set your plan, you write it out, Advertising should be at the top. As soon as you get your business put in place, you set aside money for advertising specifically so you can get seen. Being on our plugs will let you get seen. All of us are business owners, and we are on our plugs ourselves because we want to get seen in every aspect. On my business, I have a separate advertising that I pay for monthly on my Etsy shop because I need it to be seen in different places. You cannot be scared of jumping out on faith, but you got to put your money behind it or you won't get seen. So advertisement is absolutely part of your business, and this is what we're doing now, having the opportunity to be on the radio and giving other people the opportunity to have spotlights. That's advertising. So when you do pay into your memberships in our plugs, you get to see with the different levels. We offer different levels of advertising as well.
Right. And like Miss Jack said, you have to have faith over fear. If you guys can, if you're watching, you can see my T-shirt and the picture is faith over fear. When I started my business, it was about having a more faith-based focus than being fearful in what was to come. I mean, you have to crawl before you walk in a lot of instances, and sometimes you fall. But
You
the
fall.
key part running a business is you have to fall, you have to get back up, you have to market yourself, and you have to open your mouth and talk. You have to be fearless,
Wow.
and
Mhm.
That's right.
you have to push forward. It's all about marketing yourself, selling yourself in so many aspects.
That's right. Brother Lee, I want to ask you a question. Scary, nervous, stomach bubbling. You know all that old stuff. You get them they call them butterflies. I ain't never. I call them grasshopper locusts and some jumping around. Sometimes when you get to the point where you want to step out there and you say, "Man, I ain't got no money. Man, who gonna listen to me? I got all this stuff. I done put all my money into this and that and the other." The ups, the downs, the nervousness, and the spookiness that you go through. Say, man, am I gonna lose my shirt or whatever? Tell us, Lee. All of you all are entrepreneurs. From your standpoint, I ain't got no money. I ain't got no car. I ain't
The
got
thing
nothing in my
is,
pocket. So forth. Come on.
well, I
Yeah.
would say, you can't let that stop you because there's no perfect time to start a business. There's no right time. People say I'm waiting for all the stars to align before I do this. And if you're waiting that long, you'll never get it done. You gotta leap out on pure faith sometimes, and energy, and enthusiasm. And the thing is, like the sister was saying about advertising and marketing, the thing is, the smallest advertising is having business cards. The worst thing you can probably do, even in these days, is meet somebody and tell them about you have a business and you don't have a business card. You don't even have that. That's the lowest form of advertising. And you got to invest in yourself, and that's the thing in your business. And that's the thing. Fear, you have to use fear. Use fear to motivate you, or you're going to use fear to hold you back. So fear can motivate you, and fear can be used to hold you back. Fear called holding you back is called procrastination. That's that form of fear. Fear takes the form of procrastinate. And but you want to use that fear to motivate. Take it to the other side of the pendulum and do it like that, because we can come up with 100 reasons why we shouldn't do something, but just come up with one why you should. And you know what we can do today, let's do it today. Let's not hold it back till tomorrow. Procrastination is not your friend. We have hugged on and loved on procrastination. We have we have lived procrastinating lives. We wake up every morning and say we could do it tomorrow. We could do it the next day. But listen, today is now. The time for you to do something is today, not tomorrow. Don't you make procrastination, don't make that your friend. And that's what I'm saying. We got to stop.
Can I say
Okay.
something?
And yeah, you can. Yes, ma'am. You here? You better say something. Go ahead.
Our our boss just put a message in the chat. We also offer QR codes. When Mr. Lee was talking about business cards, depending on the level of membership you have, we offer a QR code that you could get printed on your business cards, and you can just show it. Or if you put it on a keychain, you can just show it and show people, like you said. The worst thing you can do is not have a business card or some way to direct people to your
Yeah.
business.
Well, that's what I had a problem with, Miss Jack. James, you got a business card? Ain't got nan in the pocket, another way. I'm running and whatever, doing whatever I'm doing. And I don't have a business card. I don't have nothing. And lo and behold, Brother Lee, here comes Miss Morningstar, and here comes Miss Kitty, and here comes Miss Jack, and the whole caboodle of our plugs LLC came and said, "We about to take you to the next level." What are you talking about? Man, you got something good here. We want to be a part of it, but the only way that we're gonna do, we gotta. It has to be professional. When I came, I'm gonna bring you back, Miss Morningstar and Miss Jackie in a couple seconds. But when I started, had the opportunity to do this show, I had nothing, zero. I'm talking about money. I ain't had a dime, nothing. I broke, in between blessings. And as my pastor say, forgive me, Bishop Trotter, I'm so sorry, and all of y'all, forgive me. I'll behave. And you're out there, you ain't got nothing, and then you got an opportunity. It's in your hands and you say, "Man, what can I do with this? I got to get commercials. I got to do this. I got to do that." And it was somebody that sent me. People send me all kind of funny business, and somebody sent a call, like, what do you call it now? They call it the kids. I say kids. The young people say giving shade. So somebody was throwing some shade my way, like I really needed. It's a little bit too late for me to get some shade. 'Cause I'm dog. I come out the toaster looking like I am. But through shade. Ooh, you ain't even got this little radio thing and doo and you over here and you talking all this talk and nobody listens to you. You got two little commercials and this and that. Yeah, ooh, and lo and behold, when the last person and certain situations were going on, our plugs came in and say, "Look, Mac man, we got you got something. Let us help you market. Let us help you get this thing out there. Let us help you do what you do." I am so happy for anybody that wants to say about my little two commercials. They talk about my commercial. I don't care what they say. These are loyal people. And I said, I need help. I need help. Don't be afraid to say you need help when you're in bid. This is my bread and butter. This is my business. I ain't got no 9 to 5 right now. This is my business, and this is the talent God gave me. I got the talent, the know-how, but lo and behold, when it comes to marketing, man, I'm like, I don't know. What do I do? Whatever. You get nervous. You got deadlines to meet. You got things to do. Morningstar, well, I was in a mess, but tell me how you can take a business and help them just like I was starting out. We ain't there yet. They ain't through working on me yet. But how important a company and a business like our plugs would do for a up and coming entrepreneur, Miss Jack and Miss Morningstar. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Don't tell me
Tam.
I lost y'all. Did I lose y'all? Go ahead. Any one of y'all.
I'm
Miss
waiting
Jack,
on
come on.
her.
Come on. You all in the corner and everything. Y'all come out the bushes. Y'all on there. Y'all got nothing. You're listening to
I'm
WKRA, y'all. Go ahead.
back and forth, but I'm here, Mr. Mac.
I know you
Go
here.
ahead,
You
Mr.
don't you
Mac.
go nowhere.
You
Go
can
ahead.
cover me when
Go ahead.
when I'm
Either one of
silent. So cover me.
Okay.
y'all. Okay.
You said, how can we take a new business owner and give them their advertisement? Was that the question?
Yeah, I'm going to start a business. I done started it. I didn't even have an LLC at that time. I was like, ooh, what are the steps that our plus can? Will you take? What would you do to a new client that comes to you all? That's a rephrase of what I want to say. All that other
We
stuff
And I
I
can
was
actually,
saying.
piggyback off of
Okay, come
okay.
on with it. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Well, we all do TikTok lives, right? We use our social media platforms and we tell new businesses to come in. If you're a business owner and you're kind of wary on what we do, come in and get you a general membership. That's pretty much like you go into a store and you browse. So you come in and you see what all we have to offer, and then you can decide if you want to, get a paid membership. And then you can see all the aspects. You can put events calendars if you want to promote yourself that way. I said the QR codes earlier. We're going to have the spots for you for businesses. You can get a highlight of your business. So when everybody comes in to see, your business may have a thumbnail and say, hey, this is the business of the month. When you do get a profile and a paid membership, you get to come in, you get to put your products in. So when someone does come in and they want to browse it around, they can see what you offer. You can show pictures of what you actually offer. You can show reviews so they can verify, hey, this is a good business. This is a place that I could shop. So then you move on to your link to your business. And it will take somebody directly to your website and they'll be able to shop. I would suggest all new business owners come through our plugs as a start. And then you can get in, you can ask questions of any of the other business members. You can send them a message and get help on advertisement, help on starting new businesses. And then we can offer, our advice as our being a business owner, what we had to go through, the things that we learned that we can pass on to them and so on and so forth.
And to piggyback off of what Miss Jack is saying, she's absolutely correct. Also, being a new business owner, a lot of the times you don't know about the LLC or the the EIN, or
Mm-hmm.
even connecting with Dun and Bradstreet for your business credit. These are all lessons and actual education that you can obtain in our plugs. This is part of our plugs. That's why we call it a community, because
Okay.
a lot of people again get out and start new businesses, as Mr. Lee said, and they walk into somewhere and they don't really know which way to go. They don't understand about the marketing. They don't understand about the credentials that you need to have or you should have in starting a business. So you can get educated on these minute aspects of being a beginner in business, and learn why these things are important. And also connect with our accounting that we have. That's we have an accountant, a CSR, I believe that's what, an accounting who is going
CPA.
to help, a CPA, I'm sorry, CPA,
Mm-hmm.
that's
CPA.
going to help with taxes and explaining things to you that you need to know about your business. A CPA. Sorry, y'all, I'm in my other work mode as
You
well.
okay? You okay? You okay?
I
You
got
okay?
you. I got you.
All right, so I want to say, listen, you're listening to, we're still live. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial in here. We're here on the YouTube streets. We're broadcasting live. I have my wonderful family that's here. I got Brother Lee, I got Miss Morningstar, and I have Miss Jack here, right here on the Magman Morning Show. Thank you, WKRA is still sticking with us. I want to give you an opportunity, each one of you, Brother Lee. Um, I want to say this real quick. Miss Morningstar said, you broke, you ain't got nothing, and so forth and so on. How helpful would this service, like I was going to say Morningstar LLC. Probably that's her hand. I don't know. Let me stay out of that. I want to say this here. You got the whole package, Lee, that Miss Morningstar just said. What would have happened if you had a service like that at the rate that they're giving now 10, 20, 30? What they're charging you, you can go to the store and spend it one what with one item, almost maybe. You probably have to add some more on to it. They're offering all of these services to the up and coming entrepreneur, the new startup person. How important would this have been if you invested $30 into a marketing company that does what they do, not just marketing, but LLC that comes together and promotes your business and help you out? How would that have helped you when you first started out doing what you were doing in business, Lee?
Well, it would have helped me in a big way, I would say, because it would have given me some of the things that I had didn't have to I wouldn't have to search for. I wouldn't have to create these things, these avenues that I didn't have at that time. Yeah, it would have streamlined some things that I didn't have to do. Saved me time among anything, and made you look more professional. And the thing is about business, about any business, when you're trying to get a consumer, a client, is that you want them to feel comfortable with you. You want them to, because they got a lot of things going on, a consumer or any another business owner, and they want to feel good about using your service or your product. And you want the more professional you are, and the more and the thing I can't stress enough is keeping your word. We give our word out like candy, like pennies. We have to put more on our word. Our word is it. Sometimes when you're starting a business and you say you're going to do something, do it. If it breaks your back, do it. But don't give them anything unless you can back it up. And that's the thing. This business here, this opportunity, this service that they have. It's a big deal. It's something that we need to have. It's a needed service. I can't say it's not needed. It's very much needed. And these sisters and the people that they have working for them or working with them seem like they're committed. They come across very committed and dedicated and all in on what they're doing. And that's what you want to see in our community. You want to see more of it. You want to see more
Wow.
professionalism. You want to see more committed to your service or your product that you're selling. And these people at this business here that they got on the air, and they're talking, these young ladies, and they're really pushing it, and it makes a lot of sense. And that's what I have to say.
All right, Miss Morningstar. I have a question now. Not a question. I'm just gonna throw a statement. Brother Lee had said it's the whole package. And all you have to do is go there, put in the chat since um, DJ Kitty is went away from and got a robe on and everything and run around supposed to go get the breakfast for the man. Somebody put in the chat, put that link in because I don't have it right now, and I'm going to put it in our systems, our plugs connections, how they can get to you. Somebody put that in the chat. Either you, Miss Morris, or somebody needs to put it in there so that you can touch bases with this great group that we have here. That's a part of our MacMan Morning Show family. We're getting ready to go to higher heights, deeper depths, as they say. We get ready to do this thing, and and this service, we're coming to you is so much help that you need. This help is on the way, folks, meaning that we got to change our attitude. It's about economics now. Politics is politics, but they can't get along when we ain't got no money nowhere. It's bad to say, well, we need to do this, we really need to do that. I ain't got this, I ain't got that. In our communities where we live, look around about us. We got everything we need right in our communities. We just got to resurrect the dead. How do you do that? We get the defibrillator and we hit them. That's in the fire department and paramedic. You can have a heart attack, they give you the electric shock. Well, consider the Magman Morning Show as one paddle and our plugs is the other paddle, and you need both of them to get you jump. So we put them both together, and boom, jiggle, 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 you back. And then that means that the community at large is going to benefit from your business, your service that you have to offer. Your family's going to be happy. They say a happy house with some money is happy. You know what I mean, brother. Y'all get up and do what we got to do. And it's nothing wrong with having a business. My very special guest and my family, our Plugs and MacMan Morning Show team is here with, of course, in the bushes, our wonderful co-host and boss lady is looking. That's DJ Kitty Cat. She got her sidekick and bodyguards here with her. Okay, Miss Morningstar and Miss Jack. This ain't y'all get ready for our plugs that's getting ready to come in. They in our family. And Brother Lee is here. He's going to be premiering. If you think Brother Lee had information and encouragement for folks and to help, and look at what happened. There's a song, y'all, that says, "If I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living is not in vain." I feel that way about our partnership. Here we are. If we can help somebody, ooh, I almost cried. Jesus. Um, I know what it is to struggle. I know what it is to not have the ability to. You got a dream, and People are, it's bad enough. People, they laugh at you. They say, "Oh, you ain't going nowhere." And then all of a sudden, our plugs come and give you some light. Y'all forgive me. It hit me just then because I know what it is to, and all of us here in this on the show right now, we know what it is to lay awake at night and you got this bill and you got this deadline and people are calling you and you're trying to get it together and you just need a little help. I needed some help. And oh, this is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. Y'all forgive old Mac man, because I just feel that we're going somewhere with this, folks. Get on board. We ain't gonna leave you. We're gonna take care of you. Our plug, Mac man, gonna put you out there, and we're gonna do what we have to do. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Ain't nothing but to fear but fear itself. We ain't got that spirit in us. We ain't got that. We built this country as a people. We help people get filthy rich. They still getting filthy rich, and we getting the crumbs. No more. It's time for us to get into the game. Parting words from our panel. Brother B, we're going to let the ladies go first. I'll let you read last, and I'm going to sign off. WKRA, I love you all. We be off in a couple seconds. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar, while I wipe my eyes here. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? Thank you, Mr. Lee, first for those words of encouragement towards our movement. We appreciate that. We need all the support we can get, and we want to support everyone else. So thank you for that, and thank you for having us on the show today, Mr. Mack. Of course, as always, to promote our plugs. You guys, please go to www.ourplugs.com. If you don't have a business and that is your dream to start a business, go ahead, sign up, get registered as a general user. It's absolutely free. Connect with us in email. We will be there to help and assist you along the way, help you guide yourself through the process. I did not have that when I started my business. And I am blessed and grateful to have these ladies and gentlemen here to help promote us and assist us along the way. So, you guys, please, please, please go to www.ourplugs.com. Also, tune in to DJ Kitty Cat, my sister, and myself this coming Monday, the 20th at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will be hosting our Plugs, the Community Connection, which is our new radio show, sponsored by the Morning Mac Show in 92.7, The Change. So we are appreciative of that blessing as well. And we have a amazing lineup for you guys. So we would love for you to join us and be part of the show. Mr. Mack, I do have to drop because I have an 11 o'clock. I
I'm
thank
going.
you.
We're going to. All right.
You guys have a
Oh,
wonderful
Miss
day.
Jack, come on, Miss Jack, and get yours in too, right quick. Okay, I know I got you,
Okay, I'm gonna be quick.
Morningstar. We can talk. Okay, go ahead. Be okay. That's
Okay,
what's up.
I'll be quick. Thank you, Mr. Lee, for your encouraging words. Thank you, Mr. Mack, for allowing us to come on here and speak about our plugs. I am excited for the future. I'm excited for the morning show for my sisters, DJ Kitty Cat and Miss Morningstar. Please make sure you guys tune in and again check out
Yes.
www.ourplugs.com. And you all have a great afternoon.
All right, brother Lee, come on and wrap it up, man.
Well, I just like to say real quickly that be excited about today. Tomorrow's not promised to you. And the thing is, opportunity is everywhere. They tell you that the world is coming to an end. They tell you that inflation is going to overcome you. But understand this, and I'm going to tell you this and listen very carefully. In our community, inflation has always been there. In our community, depression has always been there. This is not something that's coming. This is something that's already been here. We've been making in spite of. See, we are not them. And let me tell you this really quickly. Caucasians fear inflation because they don't get it all the time. Caucasians fear depression because they don't get it all the time. Economic depression, as I'm talking about. But in our community, it has never left. Depression has never left economically. Inflation has never left in our community. We pay more in our community for products and service than any community, and we continue to pay more. And gasoline costs more in our community than it ever did. It keeps going up. That's what we got to understand. Our opportunity is now. It has always been now. And don't worry about what's going to happen. Inflation, we already got inflation. We've had inflation. We're not them. Don't get worried about what they're going through. We've already been through it and we continue to go through it. But we thrive. And when it's troubled times, we thrive. We've always had troubled times, but we made the best of the times that we're in. That's what I have to say.
You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Magman Morning Show with extended version of such. We're getting ready to let you go, and we'll be back here tomorrow. We got some more information, more inspiration for you. I want to thank my chief correspondent contributor, Brother Lee. Came in, man, and got a brother crying and carrying on about this happiness that's getting ready to happen for us here on WKRA. So, Brother Lee, me, Miss Morningstar, DJ Kitty Cat, and Miss Jack, and the whole team here at Mag Media Production. I'm James Mack, your host. Thank you, WKRA. We love you. Thank y'all for everything. And we'll be back on another show, God willing, tomorrow on the Magman Morning Show, folks. God help us all. I had a good time. Brother Lee, talk to you on the other side. God bless all of you all. Be nice to somebody. It ain't going to hurt you. It ain't going to hurt you to be kind and show your love. We'll be back here, God willing, on tomorrow for another show on the Magman Morning Show.
It's a Magman Morning Show. It's a Magman Morning Show. It's a Magman Morning Show. It's a Magman